Welcome back, Focus Learners. Let's just jump right into today's explainer, where we're embarking on a seriously exciting journey. We're looking at some incredible source material that essentially outlines a masterclass in living intentionally and making value-aligned global investments. Let's see exactly what these organizers are proposing with their roadmap for purposeful global living and investing. I want you to ask yourself a pretty profound question right off the bat. What does a successful life actually look like for you? It's literally the very first question on the agenda for the meetups we're exploring today. The materials are basically challenging us to think way beyond the standard corporate grind. They're asking, hey, is success just climbing a ladder only to get stuck in what they call the mortgage trap? Or is it about freedom, community, regenerative living, and global mobility? Keep that question right in the back of your mind as we go through this explainer.
Well, to help answer that, the organizers want to instantly transport you to Valença, Bahia, down in Brazil. This source material paints this gorgeous, aspirational picture of an eco-luxury lifestyle at the Bahia Reboot Health Retreat. Imagine waking up to a tropical sunrise. You're surrounded by 100% organic local goods, and you're part of a community totally focused on regenerative wellness. According to the presentation, this isn't just some quick vacation spot. No, it's a living, breathing ecosystem designed for health and renewal, and it's the literal physical cornerstone of the community they are building.
Section 1. Meet your purposeful hosts. Guiding your journey from the corporate world to global living.
Navigating international real estate, wellness investing, and lifestyle design. Yeah, it's complex. You definitely need experienced guides who have actually walked the walk. And that brings us to the co-hosts introduced in this presentation, João Bosco Coelho and Jolene Pillay. It's super fascinating how their individual journeys actually converge down in Brazil. João is the founder of Bahia Reboot. He spent over 2 decades in the US, but has deep roots in Brazil. And Jolene, she's a seasoned finance professional. Her 2022 visit to Bahia with her daughter totally inspired her to become an investor and a co-creator of this exact vision. And wow, the materials outline some really heavy-hitting backgrounds for both of them. João brings over 35 years, yes, 35 years of experience in technology architecture and AI, which he pairs with this massive passion for wellness that actually led him to write the book Total Reboot. Jolene brings over 20 years of rigorous corporate banking experience, specializing in things like risk, compliance, and portfolio management. The presentation makes it clear that together, they are combining strict analytical and financial chops with a shared massive passion for human flourishing and sustainability. They're here to completely demystify global investing for us.
Section 2. The 5 Pathways, a roadmap for human flourishing. So the materials are quick to note that this isn't just about throwing money at random international investments. It's actually a highly structured philosophy. The source lays out this really cool sequential journey for members to grow together. It all kicks off with Step 1, discovering your purpose and global possibilities. Then we move to Step 2, learning about sustainable living and self-reliance. Step 3 is connecting to build a wellness-focused community. Then you've got Step 4, exploring the actual, on-the-ground practicalities of living and investing abroad. And finally, Step 5, co-creating a thriving future and a regenerative legacy. It's a really well-thought-out system that moves the group from just being curious to being active, collaborative stewards.
Section 3, Fractional Ownership Explained, Lowering the Barrier to International Eco-Luxury Real Estate.
Now, according to the presentation, a huge goal for this group is educating Americans on how to actually own international assets. To pull this off, they use an entity-managed fractional ownership model. Why? Because it totally bypasses all those super complex international tax IDs. But the absolutely crucial takeaway here is this number, $12,000. You know, most of us assume buying international real estate means you need hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash just sitting around. But the materials highlight this limited-time early bird entry point of just $12,000 for a 1/5 equity share in a premium Brazilian eco-luxury chalet. They are really trying to dramatically lower that barrier to entry. Let's break down the math a bit, because it's pretty interesting. For that $12,000 investment, participants get a 20% ownership stake. The model projects an estimated annual net income of around $6,400. That's a 10.7% ROI, which the organizers say comes from hosting year-round wellness events and corporate retreats at the property. So the pitch here is that you're earning quarterly passive income, but you also secure 10 weeks of personal usage in this private sanctuary, complete with rotating access during peak seasons. Not a bad setup, right?
Section 4. Join our local meetups. Connecting a global vision with your local community.
All right, through this presentation, the organizers are speaking directly to any focus learners living in Waxhaw, Marvin, Mathews, Ballantyne, Pineview, Charlotte, and all those surrounding areas. The source material makes a really great point. The journey to global citizenship and intentional investing doesn't actually require a plane ticket to start. You can start right where you are. João and Jolene have set up dedicated local meetups right in the area, bringing this massive global vision directly to your local community. So, the organizers outline two main meetup options designed to easily fit into a busy schedule. Option 1 is an evening session, held every single Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. This is perfectly timed for professionals who just want to unwind after a long day at work, enjoy some good conversation, and network midweek with other open-minded, forward-thinking folks.
And the venue for this Wednesday meetup is awesome. It's the Great Wagon Road Distillery right at 122 West North Main Street in Waxhaw. João and Jolene note in their materials that it just has the perfect, classy but casual vibe. The whole idea is that you can show up in a sharp suit straight from the office or roll in wearing sweatpants, and you're still going to get a great experience, fantastic service, and a super comfortable environment for having high-level discussions about the future. Now, if weekday evenings are just too chaotic for you, don't worry. They've provided a second option. There's a weekend morning meetup on Saturdays running from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. The materials highlight this as the absolute perfect setup if you're someone who prefers engaging, daytime conversations over a good cup of coffee to really kickstart your weekend with purpose. This Saturday morning group meets right on the second floor of the public supermarket at Marvin Gardens. That's at 1615 Providence Road South in Marvin. The organizers describe the space as super accessible and incredibly welcoming. Honestly, whether you're just dipping your toes into the discover phase and feeling curious, or you're totally ready to look into fractional ownership, the presentation stresses that an inclusive, purpose-driven community is waiting for you there. As we wrap up today's explainer, I want to leave you with the guiding mantra of this entire movement, straight from the source materials. Live with intention, connect globally, invest in what matters. The organizers absolutely encourage anyone whose vision of a successful life aligns with those core principles to RSVP and attend one of these local meetups in Waxhaw or Marvin to learn more. So I'll ask you one more time, what does a successful life look like for you? If you're in the Charlotte area, they're inviting you to take that first step toward finding out. Thanks so much for joining me today on this explainer, and I'll see you next time.